everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a rundown of all the new perfumes that have been released in February. I think I've got about 15 to go through, so there's been a lot. And I have other ones that are on order that haven't arrived yet, so I'll be covering them in videos in March. So grab a cup of tea, sit back, and I'm going to take you through them all. If you are new here, then hello, welcome. We're all about perfumes. I do a video like this every month, going through all the releases, and I also have detailed reviews on each of these, as well as on most perfumes, like ranges, different versions of the same perfume. So I'll leave relevant ones linked down below, along with my website, where I also have detailed reviews of all different versions of perfumes. And if you're a regular, then do check to see if you're subscribed. And you may have noticed that February was also the month when my merchandise arrived with my brand new logo. I have my cushion, I have my jumper, I have so many products on the shop, on the merch shop, like I think over 50. The links are down below, so do check them out if you like my new logo. I really appreciate your guys' support. And of course down below I'll leave the links to where you can buy all these new perfumes in UK, Europe, North America, Australia, if they're available there. So where shall I start? So I think I'm going to start with the new Flower Bomb Ruby Orchid. This is a perfume which I have had so many messages about before it came out, saying, are you going to get it? When are you going to review it? Lots of excitement and hype for this, really hotly anticipated. It's been a while since we've had like a new Flower Bomb, really. If you're not familiar with the original Flower Bomb, it is a really amazingly good for lasting perfume, super strong, patchouli, feminine, orchid. It's floral but modern, it's sexy, and it lasts so well. And it's one of those fragrances where, you know, it becomes your signature scent. You can smell it on someone a mile away before you even see them. So I always have high expectations for a Flower Bomb flanker. So this new one, Ruby Orchid, I would describe as having the DNA of the original Flower Bomb, but being more fruitier and not as strong. So I definitely get that signature vanilla-y orchid of the original Flower Bomb. You definitely get Flower Bomb DNA. It's got a ton of peach added, and you see peach a lot in the advertising for this. So it's much more fruity and probably more like summery, daytime. I know the thing is with Flower Bomb is people do like it, but they find it can be too heavy. If you don't want a strong perfume, perhaps you're in a hot climate, then it's definitely worth trying this, because it's basically like a fruitier, lighter Flower Bomb. The lasting power I find is okay as an eau de parfum, but not as good as the original or the nectar version, which is an intense perfume. I did recently do a video going through all the versions of Flower Bomb. I'll leave it linked down below. So next we have the limited edition release of Marc Jacobs Daisy. Every year they bring out a limited edition version of Daisy, Daisy Love, and Daisy Oh So Fresh. They used to do Daisy Dream as well, but they've stopped. So, and this year they're called Skies, Daisy Skies, and they come in blue bottles. So this is Daisy Love. This is my favorite of the three Skies perfumes. It's a whipped cream ombre musk with cloudberry and raspberry. So it's like a warmer, little bit sweeter version of normal Daisy Love, and it has some woody ambery notes in the base. It's feminine, it's cute, it's fruity. It kind of reminds me of an Ariana Grande perfume, but it is an eau de toilette, so I found it didn't last that well. But if you like original Daisy Love, I think you would like this, and you could definitely layer it together. They come in these blue boxes, by the way. So the limited edition Skies version of Daisy Oh So Fresh, if I can get out the box. So this one is nothing like the original Oh So Fresh, which is a very fresh citrusy smell. This one, I got quite a lot of violets. It also has chamomile in. So it's really floral. Violet, if you're not familiar, is kind of powdery. The smell of an eyeshadow palette, the smell of lipstick, makeup, that type of smell is very violet-y. It also has some tea scent in here, but violet for me is what I got. And I actually found that this was, as far as Marc Jacobs perfumes go, pretty strong. Like it felt like it was an eau de parfum, not an eau de toilette. Now violet was used quite a lot in Daisy Dream, so if you liked that, then it's definitely worth checking out this limited edition. But if you liked original Daisy Oh So Fresh, this is nothing like it, so it doesn't mean that you're going to like this one. So I don't know why they've put quite a powdery, kind of heavy violet in one called Oh So Fresh, because they contradict in my view. And then the Daisy Skies version is one of the lightest perfumes I've come across in a while. It's super aquatic, very fresh. It has a mineral note in as well, so kind of like a stony, yeah, smell, but it's so light. I mean, it really is light, like a body spray light. Fresh, aquatic, but you know, you might as well spray Evian water on you. So I'd only really recommend this for someone who's looking for a really, really light perfume, or even like a young girl. I know these bottles are really popular with like the younger people, younger girls. So perhaps you want to get a perfume for someone as a gift, but you don't want to get them like a strong perfume because you feel, I don't know, they're a bit young. This could be good because they'll just smell of like fresh water and stone minerals. So if you can't tell, I wasn't massively impressed with those limited edition versions. They're always Eau de Toilette, so I'm never really that impressed with them. So by contrast, one that I really was impressed by is the new Michael Kors Super Gorgeous. So the original Michael Kors Gorgeous that came out about a year ago was pretty good for lasting, feminine, floral. This new Super Gorgeous, which comes in a slightly more ambery coloured bottle, is a more ambery fragrance. It has amber in, it has a hint of a tobacco leaf as well, which even though it sounds odd, is actually really nice and comforting. You've then got jasmine, ylang ylang, orange blossom, bit of orris root, little bit of myrrh, bit of tonka bean. And it's unusual because I don't personally tend to like ambery fragrances, oriental fragrances. Usually anything with myrrh in I don't like, but I do like this. It reminds me a bit of the intense version of Givenchy's L'Interdit, which has a sesame seed note in. It's like that, it's very comforting and warm. And I found the lasting power is very good. And for the price, you know, the 100 ml, I think it was actually really discounted on Notino. I'll leave the link down below. I think this is very good value for money because it really does project and does stay on the skin. And you could wear this to the office, you could wear it in the evening. It is a bit of a power fragrance. It feels like a strong modern woman would wear this. And the original as well is good for lasting too, but this is like even better. So really impressed by this release and good value for money as well. We had a limited edition Escada summer perfume come out every year. They release a limited edition fragrance in the same shape bottle. I got the gift set, as you can tell, which comes with a Escada bag. Here's the fragrance Cherry in Japan. They did release one about 10 maybe longer years ago called Cherry in the Air, which was a really cherry fragrance. This one is actually a cherry blossom fragrance. It doesn't have actual cherries in, so it's not the same as Cherry in the Air was. If you want cherry, I recommend checking out Guerlain's Le Petit Robe Noir range. They're the best cherry really. But this new one, beautiful, fresh cherry blossom. Cherry blossom does have a sweetness in, like an echo of the cherry fruit, but it's also a super fresh, delicate floral, very much a daytime fresh vibe. It does remind me quite a bit of last year's summer festival, which had cherry blossom in, but it also had orange in. This one doesn't. This one really is all about that cherry blossom. So pretty, innocent, feminine. As the cherry blossom emerges, you know, like in March, it is always lovely to have a cherry blossom scent. And this is the kind of perfume you could definitely use to layer. So perhaps you wear a floral perfume already, like a Miss Dior. You could add this on top to add a cherry blossom vibe. That'd be really nice. And these are very inexpensive. They do get discontinued, so they literally just release it in this year and they won't make any more. So they become quite rare. I know lots of people collect them as well. Let me know if you collect these in the comments, see how many people do. So speaking of cherry, we had another cherry perfume released, the new Lancome Tresor Intense, La Nuit Tresor Intense. So the original La Nuit Tresor is a chocolatey praline sexy perfume, and this new one, Intense, has the cherry in, so you really do get a fruity cherry vibe, but it settles into a kind of cherry, but even more so an almond, a vanilla almond with some rose underneath. So it isn't like a cherry perfume per se. Again, Le Petit Robe Noir is much better as a cherry perfume. This just has cherry as one of the ingredients. I know it's red and the branding's all red. This isn't all about the cherry. It's at least 30% rose, 40% almond, and then 30% cherry. So really nice, and not as quite as good for lasting as the original. Even though it's called Intense, it is just an eau de parfum, not an eau de parfum Intense. So it's more like a different version of the original than a stronger version, but it's cute, it's romantic. Obviously the bottles are gorgeous of this range. I do recommend checking them out. And I do have an article on my website that takes you through all the different versions of this because they are cool and they all are a bit different as well. So we have a new one from the Armani C range. This is C Passion Eclat. Really loving this. It's an eau de parfum, but it has a really fresh feeling to it, very spring-like. So you get loads of fruitiness. It has the blackcurrant, which is in the original Passion and in the original C range. But then you get a bit of lily of the valley and honeysuckle, fresh spring type fragrances. So it's like fruity and then some classy florals as well. So if you're looking for a fresh, uplifting spring scent, but you want an eau de parfum, not an eau de toilette, I think this is a great example of how to get freshness but still with lasting power. I found it lasted pretty good, pretty well, especially on clothes. And you could definitely layer this on top of the others in the C range. I have just done a video going through all the different C passions. I already have a video as well going through all the different versions of C and an article, so I'll leave them linked down below if you want to find out more, because there are a lot of versions of C now. So one that I was really impressed with was the new version of La Vie Belle from Lancome. This is the new Oui La Vie Belle, as in yes, and this is not what I expected at all. So original La Vie Belle is a praline, patchouli, strong, good for lasting vanilla-y scent. This, coming out in the springtime, I thought would maybe be an eau de toilette, might be fresh. It's actually an eau de parfum. It's very strong and good for lasting. Even before I'd opened it, just opening the package in the mail, I could really smell it. And it is a sweet iris. I'm not usually a fan of iris, but here it works really well. It's powdery, floral iris, and then you have like a sweetness to it, which makes the iris modern. It is quite sexy. You could definitely wear this in an evening. It's strong. It's kind of like a mixture of original La Vie Belle and La Vie Belle L'Eclat Eau de Parfum. Floral but sweet. And the bottle's beautiful because you've got this gold spray on it, like that's rough, sprayed onto it, really beautiful. So this is a welcome surprise. If you're looking for a strong perfume, then definitely check this out, and the original. Not as sweet as the original because it doesn't have those vanilla-y notes in. Instead, you're like a sweet floral. So it's, yeah, good, and just so good for lasting. The Lancome perfumes are amazing for lasting, especially the La Vie Belle perfumes. We have a new one from Burberry in the Burberry Her range. This new one is an eau de toilette, and it is like an eau de toilette version of the original eau de parfum. So the original eau de parfum is known for these fruity, fruits of the forest, raspberry, strawberry notes, really strawberry, and then an ambery, intense base, similar to Baccarat Rouge from Maison Francis Kirk de Jeanne, a bit of a dupe. So this new eau de toilette is like the younger version of that, you know, like the younger sister. So you have the strawberry, you have the berry notes, but then you're getting honeysuckle, fresh peony, so it's a much more refreshing floral bouquet underneath that strawberry note. So it feels very much like a spring, innocent version of the original, but it's nice that you're still getting the strawberry vibe. I really like that. So if you like eau de toilettes, you want an eau de toilette, this is nice. I love strawberry in perfumes. It kind of is a bit like a wild strawberry in this, a bit like Marc Jacobs Daisy Intense. I do like this. It's just a shame it's an eau de toilette because it doesn't last that long, whereas the original is amazing for lasting. I have just got a video and an article out about the whole Burberry Her range, so I'll leave them linked down below as well. We have a new one from Givenchy in their Irresistible Givenchy range. I love the original eau de parfum version of this. It's a beautiful, fresh, slightly sweet pear, really fruity pear, followed by a sparkling rose. This has that rose in, it doesn't have the pear. Instead, you've got a bit of an orange in the top note, but then you've got iris. So kind of like the Oui La Vie Belle one, Iris is used again. Iris is obviously having a moment. So it feels very floral. Now it's called Irresistible Givenchy Eau de Toilette Fresh. I would not have called it that. I would have called it floral, because this is definitely a floral perfume, more floral than the original or last year's Eau de Toilette. Yeah, it's basically iris and rose. So if you like the sound of that, it's much lighter than La Vie Belle because it's an Eau de Toilette, and you could definitely layer it on top of other rosy perfumes to get that iris as well. But I think the name is a bit misleading. We have a new one from Cacharel in their Yes I Am range, the famous lipstick shaped perfumes. This is called Yes I Am Delicious, and fans of chocolate fragrance will be very excited about this because it is a chocolate perfume. At the moment, really the best chocolate perfume is Prada Candy Night. I have a video on it, but this new one is definitely a new competitor for best chocolate perfume. It's strong, it's sweet, it has a nutty, milky tone to it, just like the original Yes I Am does. So it's not just pure chocolate, but you definitely get the smell of chocolate in this. Great for lasting and usually at an affordable price as well. So I do think the Cacharel perfumes in general are really underrated, and the Yes I Am range is really, you can get really good value. And I love the lipstick shaped bottle. We have a new perfume from Britney Spears, yet another version of Fantasy. I think we're over 15 now. I do have an article that goes through every single one and where you can still buy it. I have put a link in there. This new one is called Blissful Fantasy, and I really like it. It reminds me of J'adore from Dior. It's like a melon, fresh melon, which is in J'adore. And then you've got a lily undertone, bit of freesia, bit of sandalwood. So it feels very summertime. The melon is a very summery, almost tropical vibe, but then you've got this lily as well, and it's a tropical lily scent. So you might remember like Maui Fantasy that she had ages ago. That was quite a tropical fragrance. It's very much like that. So this would be great for summer. If you're looking for an inexpensive perfume that has really nice fruity freshness, then definitely recommend checking this out, because melon is just such a lovely scent when it's hot outside. At the moment, this seems to only really be in the UK. I haven't seen it on any American websites, but as I do, I'll update the links. We have a new perfume from Loccitane. This is called Rose Jasmine. You're probably familiar with the original rose fragrance from Loccitane. They then had Rose Calicin, which was a bit darker, deeper. This new one, Rose Jasmine, comes in this lovely pink opaque bottle, along with all body products and everything, coming out perfectly for Mother's Day. And I really like this. It's my favorite of their roses. For me, it's very much a jasmine and then a rose, but it's very fresh, and then the jasmine makes it like a lot of the jasmine perfumes we see today. Jasmine's used so much, kind of reminds me a bit of everything from Armani My Way, Valentino Volce Viva. It's that white floral, and then you've got rose. So really like this. If you're looking for something that you can layer with body products, the hand creams are really scented, cute Mother's Day gift, I do recommend this new Rose Jasmine because it's quite good for lasting, even though it's an Eau de Toilette, better than the original rose, I think. And it's a more modern rose because of all that jasmine. So it feels, yeah, it feels like a nice perfume that could be from any designer house. So really impressed with this one. I think it's limited edition, but hopefully it'll stay on. And then finally, I wanted to mention the special edition of Jimmy Choo Blossom. Each year they bring out like a limited edition bottle. So this year it's a kind of light pink top, light pink writing. Jimmy Choo Blossom is a really fun, uplifting, everyday scent. I have an article that goes through all the different Jimmy Choo fragrances, and Blossom, as well as Flash, Illicit, are really affordable ways of getting someone a gift, which comes in, you know, beautiful packaging. You've got the Jimmy Choo brand. Often you can get them for maybe like £30, but I think anyone would think you spent like £60 on them. So I think they're great value for money. So this is a hibiscus, a fresh pear, some floral notes, just very fresh, very simple, very everyday, but in this beautiful pink bottle. Like, I love the bottle, and just great easy scent that's like impossible to hate, I think. So I always love these. Cool guys, so that is my rundown of all the different releases that have come out in February. So many. It looks like there's going to be loads in March as well, so keep an eye out for more videos. Don't forget to turn the notification bell on, otherwise you don't get a notification when I release a new video, so you might miss out. But yeah, that is about it guys. So thank you so much for watching as always. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.